Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and I am very excited to bring you another show match. This one is going to be played between drewbie, the pink Terran up here in the top right of Crossfire SE. That's right, it is one of the new GSL-approved maps. Crossfire SE is just a modified version of Blizzard's own map, Crossfire, which you can find on Battle.net and have been able to find for quite a while, but drewbie's opponent today is going to be iNcontroL. EG, of course, stands for Evil Geniuses, and iNcontroL is the red Protoss down here in the bottom left corner of Crossfire SE. So we have a lovely TVP show match going on for you guys today. It's a best of 7 with $100 on the line. The loser of this show match will receive nothing. And this show match, the money actually was put up by an anonymous viewer. He said he doesn't want any kind of recognition or any kind of plugs or anything. He just is a huge fan of StarCraft 2 and wanted to see these great players butt heads. So if you want to follow in his footsteps, I'm pretty sure he was inspired by the QXC versus Destiny show match that I put up 2 weeks ago. So if you, like our anonymous donor, have some extra money laying around, you want to reward your favorite players for being so darn entertaining and so good at this game, then go ahead and contact me here on YouTube via private message, and I'll see if I can arrange something. I have contacts for a lot of North American players at least, and I can try to maybe manage some European players, but you know, if you want to see more games, I'll gladly cast them. I love being able to cast games between very, very good players like drewbie and iNcontroL, so this is as fun for me as it is for them to be able to bring this content to you guys. And of course, if you haven't noticed already, there is a giveaway going on right now on my channel where both of these guys' signatures are up for grabs on some mouse pads that I got actually at MLG Dallas last year. MLG will be starting up here again soon, once again in Dallas on April 1st. So that is coming up in actually not too long now, about 6 more weeks. So I'll be able to maybe get some more autographs for you guys and try to do more giveaways. But if you're interested in getting, you know, an autograph from either iNcontroL or drewbie, please check out those giveaway videos that are already on my channel. Anyway, now that we've actually got some stuff going on in this game, I'll go ahead and dive right in. Here we see Evil Geniuses iNcontroL dropping a assimilator right there on the second gas of drewbie, going to do a nice little gas steal. I'm not sure what drewbie's strategy was going to be already, but he did throw up a second barracks. Not sure if that was a result of this assimilator going down, since they seem to sort of happen around the same time, but certainly going to slow him down if nothing else. Back at iNcontrol's base, drewbie has been scouting around a little bit. He sees this single gateway and a cybernetics core, so just the very standard Protoss build so far up to this point. Of course, the Protoss tech paths really open up after the cybernetics core is completed, and there's not a whole lot of differentiation before that. It's really just a matter of when you build this first gateway and when you build your cybernetics core. If we saw 2 gates up very quickly, I would be pretty shocked, as this run distance across the middle is pretty long, and if he delayed his warp gate tech any longer, it would just not be a good decision. So the assimilator is being taken down by drewbie right now. Let's check this out. We see a marauder being made quite quickly out of this first tech lab barracks, and the second barracks actually adding a tech lab as well. So heavy infantry would normally see a tech lab and a reactor, not 2 tech labs, so I'm not sure exactly what drewbie's angling at here. Here we do see a Reaper actually being created from this original barracks here. iNcontroL probably not expecting Reapers. In fact, I haven't seen a lot of Reaper play at all in a very long time, especially since the nerf to the nitro boost, the research cannot be started until you already have a factory, so a lot of players have just been skipping Reapers altogether. But Nitro Pack's actually the name of that upgrade. Sorry, like I said, it's been a long time since I've even seen them, but the first 2 Reapers are out for drewbie. Of course, he does not have the Nitro Packs researching just yet, as he does not have a factory built. Back at iNcontrol's base, he's got a couple of sentries blocking this little narrow ramp. If you're not familiar with Crossfire SE, it was actually just a touched-up version of a map that Blizzard already released called Crossfire. Your main has kind of a lot of room to do some building here. You can hide some tech in one corner or the other, forcing your Terran opponent to scan multiple times. You know, if you're playing against a Zerg opponent, they might not have to sack an Overlord or 2, but a main feature here is this destructible rock in your main, so players can actually do a backdoor attack. drewbie is about to do that, but he's got Reapers, so he doesn't even need to break down the destructible rocks. But if he had a large bioball or something, this could be a viable entrance into the base, aside from that very tiny ramp. So the first 2 Reapers are in. Let's see what they're able to accomplish here. 2 probes going down quite quickly, 3 probes down, 4 probes down, and the Reapers are surrounded by probes and stalkers, so 4 probe kills for drewbie quite quickly in this game. That actually could make a pretty big difference, as drewbie has taken this time to expand as well, so he's just doing a nice mass Rax expand. He had 2 up before expanding, and now he's building 2 more. He is working off of both gas, so the gas steal did delay him just a slight amount, but iNcontroL, we saw this pylon come up here earlier before we started following those Reapers around, and now iNcontroL is protecting it, obviously, with a couple of stalkers, going to prevent these Reapers from actually smashing it down. So let's pull up the production tab again just so I don't miss anything during this engagement. iNcontroL moving now with 6 stalkers against a handful of Marines and Marauders. 4 sentries come in here as well. And something iNcontroL can do here with these sentries is force field all around the bunkers. Yes, and there he actually does it to prevent those SCVs from repairing the bunker up. So he's going to focus fire it down. The SCVs are unable to get in contact with it. Reapers being killed off very quickly by these stalkers and sentries. Now more force fields coming down to block off this bunker from being repaired. And is he going to be able to power it down? Oh, it got so close. Oh my goodness, it got down to just a few HP, but now he's force fielding it again, still trying to focus it down. iNcontroL losing a couple of stalkers here in the process, and he is going to be forced to back off. I can't believe how close that bunker got to actually being finished off. Now there are no units inside it anyway, but drewbie just happy to repair back up. He's going to send his SCVs back here to this natural mineral line, I'm sure, in just a moment. Another bunker is going up, and like we saw earlier, drewbie is sitting comfortably on 4 racks right here, so if iNcontroL continues to assault here with his 3 warp gates, drewbie should be able to defend against that for the time being. iNcontroL might need to go ahead and do a little bit of a tech switch and get a robotics facility up, or even a Stargate to just mix it up a little bit, because infantry versus infantry with this nice defensive position that drewbie has here with all these bunkers and all these SCVs ready to repair could be very difficult to break. But iNcontroL is moving in once again here, trying to focus down this bunker. He did drop a nice force field there, so the Marauders inside are exposed and quickly taken out. drewbie pulling a lot of SCVs here to try and fend this off, and iNcontroL is actually going to move back to the left side rather than back up his ramp toward that pylon that he's been warping in with. drewbie still feeling pretty comfortable, I'm sure. Army size still favoring iNcontroL, though, 60 supply to 52, and harvester count still favoring drewbie, obviously, since he expanded first. That makes sense. But here we go, bunker being attacked once again, force fields coming down yet again, preventing SCVs from being able to repair up. iNcontroL just bouncing in and out here with this pretty sizable force of sentries and stalkers. No zealots in this mix, please notice. He's keeping it all ranged so that he can try and get these bunkers focused down very quickly. But back at his base, he actually did drop a Nexus of his own at his natural. It's about halfway done now, and if we look at the production tab or just glance in his base, we'll see another gateway coming up, and a robotics facility is being built as well, so iNcontroL will be able to get a little bit additional more units. Actually, a more varied unit composition will certainly help him here. And he did actually drop a pylon up here at this possible third base location here of drewbie's, so he can kind of keep an eye on things up there, and he can warp in back there if the desire ever strikes him. But this pylon's still just hanging out here next to the Zelnaga Tower. iNcontroL has all this map vision right here, so he'll know pretty much as soon as drewbie moves out. I like this pylon actually grants vision here for any kind of drops or things as well. drewbie looks like he might actually have room to send a medevac up there at the top of the map, and still wouldn't be quite detected by that pylon's vision. But in his base, he is getting a reactor factory and a starport completed here. Just going to lift the factory off and try and do some scouting with it. Going to flip the starport right onto the reactor, so I'm not sure if he's going to be cranking out medevacs right away, or if he is going to try and get some Vikings, expecting Colossi at some point. But nitro packs are being researched now that he does have a factory. He can do that, and he just creates another wave of Reapers here. If you look in the production tab, he's getting even more here, so soon he'll be up to 8 Reapers with nitro packs. He's getting stim pack as well. Engineering bay going up so he can get those +1 attack upgrades. iNcontroL still sitting at 0-0, which isn't a big deal since neither player has their upgrades started yet. Is he getting a forge? Yes, he did a double forge here. So he did 3-gate, expand, double forge, and added on a robotics facility. Now he's also getting a Twilight Council up, so he can go ahead and get some further upgrades out of these 2 forges and potentially get either Blink or the Zealot leg upgrade for charge. Also, it opens up the tech path of both Dark Templar and High Templar, so you might be able to switch into that later if need be. These 8 Reapers here are on the move now. They're going to find this pylon from iNcontroL, so unfortunately for iNcontroL, he's going to lose some map vision up there. He's got his observer flying around over the top of drewbie's base, but he does have a turret right here, so he can't actually get in too close. iNcontroL swinging around here to the left side of the map. He saw all these Reapers obviously take out his pylon, so now he's swinging over to the left side to try and catch these Reapers in their tracks. If you look at the path they would have to take, this actually would be a really good spot to lie and wait. Actually, maybe not the best spot since there's no real place to jump down here, so he's actually going to back off of there, and looks like he might send them all the way back to his main. But check this out. A medevac actually came over, scooped up these 8 Reapers, and now he's on the way to iNcontrol's natural or main, perhaps. We'll see where he ends up dropping these. In the meantime, nothing super exciting going on elsewhere, except drewbie is putting up a Ghost Academy, which just finished, and an armory, so soon he'll be able to get vehicle weapons, although sending that scouting factory around makes me think he's not going to use the armory for anything more than engineering bay upgrades. You need that armory to be able to get past +1/+1, so drewbie looking toward the future a little bit here, trying to get his upgrades set up, and iNcontroL doing the same with his double forge, and here come the Reapers. Is the medevac going to go down with Reapers still inside it? These 2 Stalkers in a perfect position here. Only 1 Reaper still inside that medevac when it died, and now they are forced to flee from the heavy forces here of iNcontroL. I'm going to try and keep an eye out for probes dying here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6... Looks like about 6 probes total were taken out. Only 2 Reapers survive there for drewbie, so doing just a quick economic hit there. But drewbie did actually lose a medevac and a lot of Reapers, so let's look at units lost just out of curiosity. We'll see that they're actually pretty close on resource count as well. Drewbie already getting ready to start another assault here with more Nitro Pack Reapers and another medevac. They are sitting at 1-1. Jeff, or iNcontroL, also sitting at 1-1, starting to get +2 weapons now. Reapers are going to hop up. A couple of Stalkers again in a really good spot here, going to be able to pick off these Reapers without too much trouble here. This medevac, of course, is healing them right back up, though, so might not actually get to kill any more Reapers. Only 3 of them surviving there for drewbie. iNcontroL did swing around here to try and catch them in their tracks, but another pylon was placed, and another pylon consequentially will be destroyed by drewbie and his mini Reapers. Another drop here, 7 Reapers tucked up inside this medevac. This will be drop number 3, or at least hit number 4 with just Reapers, and we see that pylon that Jeff had the entire game. iNcontroL, sorry, his real name is Jeff. I'm just, calling him that out of habit, I guess, but iNcontrol's real name is Jeff Robinson. But here we go. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there. Lots of Reapers being dropped now for drewbie right here at the natural of iNcontroL. He doesn't have his army really there right now to try and defend against this. He could actually lose his Nexus, but the Stalker showing up. They're about to have 2 0 upgrades completed, and Stalker Blink is about to complete as well. Back at home, drewbie just sitting with these Reapers right here. There's a pylon so very close to him, he doesn't even know about it. All he has to do is move a couple feet to the left. Reapers still being picked up and microed around, but it looks like these Reapers almost get that medevac. He survives with 2 health with 3 Reapers tucked inside. If only iNcontroL had managed to finish that off. Unfortunate for him, fortunate for drewbie, of course. He is just going to pack up and head home with that. Probably going to repair everything up, heal up his Reapers somewhere. No, actually he's swinging back in, it looks like. We'll see what actually ends up happening with that. iNcontroL moving with his primary forces here. He's at 2-1 upgrades now. Let's see what damage he's going to try and cause here to the front of drewbie's base. He's moving further up the map here. The scouting factory for drewbie is going to see everything, obviously, as it comes in. Lots of Stalkers, Zealots, Sentries, and Immortals here for iNcontroL. He actually did not get any Colossi, which I think is quite interesting, but drewbie obviously does have a reactored starport, so Viking production would be quite easy for him anyway. And this factory is going to burn down, at least. It will be destroyed, most likely, but drewbie moving up here to try and engage here. Here we go. Big stims from the 1-1 Marauder army here. Only 1 medevac overhead. iNcontroL dropping a couple of force fields. This poor Immortal right here is unable to hit anything. It looks like an EMP did go off from this Ghost of drewbie. Great EMP there, hitting a big bulk of iNcontrol's units, and that actually might be what sealed that deal there for drewbie. Lots of Stalkers trying to escape here, not quite making it away from those concussive shells, and stim. That EMP was just massive for drewbie. He's got to be enjoying that, and now this medevac is back. The one that escaped with 2 health earlier was repaired back up by mules that were dropped on location. iNcontroL warping in some Dark Templar now, handling those Reapers, no problem at all. We see another Dark Templar over here at this possible third base, and another one moving up to the top base that drewbie took not too long ago. It is turning into a planetary fortress right now, and a turret is being built. Is iNcontroL going to go for that SCV building the turret? Yes, he will, and he does snag it. A scan goes down. drewbie tries to surround the Dark Templar with his SCVs. He might actually be able to kill it before scan ends, but it looks like he's going to survive with 4 HP and continue just slaughtering these SCVs of drewbie. Now up to 10 kills. drewbie on the move now, finds that pylon by the Xel'Naga Tower, and the High Templar... the Dark Templar, I'm just watching to see if an SCV actually manages to kill a DT, and no, he will survive with 1 HP, kill off that SCV, and now we've got more Dark Templar in the middle of drewbie's army. He drops just a single scan, takes all of them out very, very quickly. He's sitting at 2-1 upgrades. He's got at least 1 Ghost tucked in that army. Yeah, just 1 actually, so 1 big EMP is pretty much all he's going to have a shot at here, while assaulting iNcontrol's natural. iNcontroL does not have much of an army right now. He spent a lot of resources on those Dark Templar, and of course lost quite a few units back up at drewbie's natural. We saw the army count there near the end was 158 to about 60 for iNcontroL. So drewbie is going to take game 1 here on Crossfire SE, the modified Blizzard map that is going to be used in the GSL this next season. And now we're going to move into Game 2. You see iNcontroL requested Metalopolis, so let's go see if he's able to try and get a game off of drewbie there. And once again, I want to remind you guys about the giveaway. These mouse pads are signed by drewbie, by iNcontroL, and lots of other great players like Idra, Huck, Rhett, Kiwi Kaki, and more. Go check out those giveaway videos if you haven't yet. Now let's move into Game 2.